Tonight with news of a 25-year-old stabbed to death while on a Tinder date.
He said he watched her bleed out for about 10 minutes before calling 911.
What if you met someone online and thought they were the perfect match, only to later discover their dark and twisted secrets? That's exactly what happened in Ethan Hunsaker and Ashlyn Black case. And today, we are going to take a deep dive into this chilling story. Have you ever wondered how someone can maintain a fake it for so long, or how technology plays a role in modern-day relationships? Do you believe in the power of intuition and gut feelings when it comes to potential danger? In this video, we will explore the events leading up to the tragic murder of Ashlyn Black and the investigation that followed. We will also take a closer look at the psychology behind why someone would commit such a heinous act. If you are as intrigued as we are, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more true crime content. Without further ado, let's jump into the Ethan Hunsaker and Ashlyn Black case.
We have a male on the line saying he wants to die and that he killed someone. He doesn't know who he has killed, but that it occurred at that address.
I suspect wants us to shoot him. Blood on the floor, looks unconscious, not moving.
It all started on the night of May 24th, 2020 in Layton, Utah, when police received a chilling phone call from 911 by a 24-year-old man named Ethan Hunsaker. He confessed to the police that he had just murdered someone in his apartment and begged them to cover and kill him. The police arrived at the scene and found Ashlyn Black, a 25-year-old woman, lying lifeless on the floor. She had been stabbed multiple times in her torso. Paramedics tried to revive her, but it was too late. Ashlyn was pronounced dead at the scene. The police didn't have to go through the tedious task of reconstructing the events of that fateful night, because Hunsaker split the beans and made a full confession. He revealed to the authorities that he had a connection with Ashlyn on Tinder the previous evening. Now, for those who don't know about Tinder, Tinder is the ultimate dating app that revolutionized the way we meet new people. With its swiping feature, you can quickly browse through profiles and find your perfect match, whether you are looking for a casual hookup or a serious relationship. Now, coming back to the story, Hunsaker picked up Ashlyn from her home and they hit up a local bar before heading back to his apartment. According to Hunsaker, the night was uneventful, just a regular date, and went to sleep. But when he woke up, something inside him snapped. He began choking Ashlyn with all his might for a full minute, until she passed out. And that was not the end of it, folks. Hunsaker then proceeded to grab a spring-assisted pocket knife with a 4-inch blade and viciously stabbed Ashlyn 5 to 10 times. Shockingly, Hunsaker later confessed that he had invited Ashlyn over with the sole intention of killing her. There was no argument, no provocation, just pure evil intent. In a moment of desperation, Hunsaker begged the police to end his life, but they refused and took him into custody by handcuffing him. He was arrested without any further fuss and transported to Davis County Jail. During his time there, Hunsaker shockingly revealed that he had been grappling with dark thoughts of suicide and homicidal tendencies on a daily basis. Meanwhile, Ashlyn's family would release a public statement which read, "A monster has taken away the life of our little girl in a crime as senseless as it was evil." Our hearts are broken and our lives are forever changed due to the despicable acts of another person. In just a few senseless and selfish minutes, a life of an amazing, fun-loving young woman was taken, one who had a passion for being the voice of those who could not speak out for themselves, and a gift for working with those who have special needs. The lives of her friends and family are permanently altered. No time can fill the emptiness we feel and the hole it has left in our hearts. We ask for privacy as we grieve and mourn our loss. Ashlyn was a woman of many passions. She adored vintage clothing shops and hiking and was a huge fan of Nirvana. But what really set her apart was her big heart for those with special needs. She had even planned on starting a family of her own and adopting a child with Down syndrome. As her obituary noted, she would have been a wonderful mother. At one point, Ashlyn had worked at Avenues Proper, where her colleagues fondly remembered her as a warm and a gracious soul. She went out of her way to make new colleagues feel at home and always had a kind word offered to her. Her tragic passing was a huge loss to all those who knew and loved her. Hunsaker was slapped with the first-degree murder charge and held without bail. But as news of the heinous crime spread across social media, victim-blaming comments began to surface. Some individuals had the audacity to suggest that Ashlyn was somehow responsible for her own murder, simply because she agreed to meet up with the man she had not only chatted with online. This type of victim-blaming and shaming deeply concerned Jen Oxborough, Executive Director of the Utah Domestic Violence Coalition, as it often discouraged other victims of violence from speaking out. People who know Hunsaker claimed that something was amiss with him. They noticed a drastic change in his behavior around the same time he had split up with his wife, with whom he had a young daughter. Hunsaker was known to be a goofy guy and a reliable worker at a landscape center, but he had grown increasingly withdrawn and despondent. He began showing up late to work, or sometimes not at all, despite his previously punctual nature. Following an altercation with a female co-worker, Hunsaker was terminated from his job at a landscape center. A few months later, he had also made unsettling comments about his co-workers and expressed a desire to harm women. In June, Hunsaker pleaded not guilty to the murder of Ashlyn in court. His defense attorney, C. Markley Arrington, stated that he intended to have a psychological evaluation conducted on his client, who had previously been diagnosed with a mental illness, although the details were not disclosed. In the following month, Judge David Connors ordered a psychological assessment of Hunsaker. The following year, Hunsaker pleaded guilty but mentally ill to first-degree murder in court, bringing relief to Ashlyn's family. Joshua Egan, their attorney, stated that it was emotionally jarring for a family to hear, for the first time from the defendant himself, the details of what happened to their daughter, and they were grateful they would not have to undergo a trial. In December, Hunsaker appeared in court again, where it was revealed that he had been diagnosed as mentally ill. The evaluation report indicated that he suffered from the recurrent major depressive disorder with psychotic features, in addition to generalized anxiety disorder. As per state's law, This initiated a process that provided the judge with several options for Hunsakar's sentencing. The judge may order Hunsekar to receive treatment at the Utah State Hospital under the supervision of the Utah Department of Corrections and the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole. Alternatively, the judge may order Hunsekar to undergo treatment before the sentencing. Lastly, the judge may decide to send him directly to the Utah State Prison to serve his sentence. However, as of now, Hunsekar is yet to be sentenced. Thanks for tuning into this video on the Ethan Hunsekar case, which highlights the importance of being cautious when meeting people online. Have you ever used a dating app like Tinder? What steps do you take to stay safe while using these apps? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one.